Hello mga ka-learners! Today, we will learn how to write effectively. Ang pagsasalita ay natural sa karamihan sa atin, lalo pat ang sasabihin natin ay galing sa iniisip at nararamdaman natin. But what about when we have to write down our ideas and feelings? This is not as simple as we think, especially when we write articles and formal messages or letters. Speaking and writing are forms of communication. Communication is an important element in expressing ourselves and being understood by others. Have you ever been misunderstood and misinformed because of inadequate communication? Minsan, pag nagbabasa tayo ng hindi maayos ang pagsusulat, nalilito tayo, di ba? This is the reason why it is important to develop your communication skills. To improve your writing style would lead to a better medium in expressing yourself and being understood by others. After this lesson, you should be able to: Number 1, define what a rhetorical pattern is. And number 2, identify the different ways to organize your facts or information. Before you start to write anything, take some time to plan your paragraphs. It is important to arrange your ideas and other details so that they are presented in an organized way. This makes it easier for your reader to understand what you have written. Isn't it difficult to piece all of your thoughts together when you have a lot to say? But if you have a framework to follow, you can arrange your points according to it. You no longer have to worry about your thoughts and ideas being muddled in the same paragraph. If you do not know any kind of framework, don't worry. That's what this module is for. We shall go over several types of frameworks, and you can choose your own for the next time you are going to write something. In this lesson, you shall be introduced to the different kinds of rhetorical patterns of organization. Need to explain what this is to help you plan the structure of your paragraphs. Hope you are ready. Imagine that you are writing a composition or essay about yourself. You have to describe yourself so that whoever is reading your work will know some things about you. How will you arrange the information about yourself? Jot them down on a piece of paper. As we proceed further, different frameworks for paragraph organization will be presented to you. This might help you to present a better descriptive essay or composition of yourself. When we speak of rhetorical patterns, we refer to a specific way of arranging information and ideas in a text or paragraph. Information and ideas must be organized so that the readers will clearly understand the material. There are many different ways to organize your facts or information, but let us concentrate on the 6 most used patterns. The following discussion provides a definition of each pattern, an example and an illustration or example of its application in the self-description activity. The examples merely provide a basis for evaluating your own self-description paragraph. The 6 examples of rhetorical patterns of organization. Number 1, definition. Stating the group to which something belongs and how it is different from other members of the same group. Example, a Dalmatian belongs to the animal group called dogs. It is different in appearance from other dogs because of its white color and black spots. Self-description example, I am from Ilocos, therefore I am an Ilocano. But I am different from most Ilocanos because I grew up in Manila. Number 2, cause and effect. Writing what happens with reasons why it happened. Examples, volcanoes erupt as a result of high pressure of liquid rock under the Earth's surface. Self-description example. I am a very shy person because when I was young, I did not have many opportunities to be with other people. Number 3, comparison. Describing the similarities and differences between two things. Example, the Americans and the Japanese are both leaders in the field of industry and economics. The style of management of the Japanese, however, is very different from that of Americans. Self-description example. My sister and I are of the same height and weight, but we differ in facial features. Number 4, chronological order. Stating things in the order in which they have happened according to time. From the newest to the oldest event, or from the earliest to the latest event. Example, the first living creatures were single-celled organisms, then came fish, and then reptiles, then birds and amphibians, and lastly, mammals. Self-description example. When I was a child, I was very naughty and got in trouble a lot. But then as a teenager, I have changed and became quieter and got into less trouble. Right now, I can say that I am a very nice person and rarely ever have problems with other people. Number 5, decreasing importance. Stating information in order of importance from the most important to least important. Example, when choosing a job, it is important to consider that you are qualified for it. The salary is worth the amount of work you would be doing, that the type of job is suitable for you, and that you will enjoy it. Other small things to keep in mind would be the benefits, the working environment, and the type of people that you will be working with. Self-description example. My main characteristics include my being assertive, sensible, friendly, and mature. Also, there are times when I can be fun to be with. Number 6, developing through examples. Describing what you are writing about by providing examples. Example, hygiene refers to cleanliness in terms of your body and surrounding. Example of hygiene practices would include regular baths and daily household cleaning. Self-description example, I am normally a calm person, but I get angry sometimes. For example, I get angry when I get stuck in a traffic jam for 3 hours and then I am late for work, or when I cannot take a bath because there is no water. Let's try this. Match each of the rhetorical patterns with their characteristics in the opposite column. Use connecting lines to indicate the answers. Check your answers with those in the matching answer key of this lesson when you sign in to your online LMS account. If you had a few mistakes, review the 6 rhetorical patterns again. If you got all the correct patterns, well done! You have understood the different patterns very well. Most compositions use more than one rhetorical pattern. Sometimes one pattern is used for one paragraph and a different pattern for another. But this will depend on why you are writing the composition in the first place. So it is important to ask yourself, what is the purpose of this piece of writing? Once you have answered this, it becomes easier to choose a pattern. Here are some examples of purposes and the possible patterns that can be used. Number 1, to argue a point or opinion. Possible patterns: decreasing importance, comparison, cause and effect, developing through examples. Number 2, To inform people to make them aware of something. Possible patterns. Definition. Developing through examples. Comparison. Number 3. To entertain or amuse the reader. Possible patterns. Developing through examples, decreasing importance. Number 4. To give instruction. Possible patterns. Chronological order, cause and effect. Number 5. To tell a story. Possible patterns. Chronological order, cause and effect. Number 6. To make the reader think and ask questions. Possible patterns. Comparison, definition, decreasing importance. As you can see, there are several choices of patterns to choose from for every purpose. In making your write-ups or sentences, you can choose the most appropriate and effective patterns in terms of getting your message across to your reader. Also remember that a composition or piece of writing can use several patterns. Now, do the exercise below and use the best pattern for your write-up. Remember, there are several correct ways, so you decide on what pattern is best for your purpose. Each of us has his or her own style of writing. Just be creative and knowledgeable on the topic you are going to write. In the following exercise, the purpose of a composition and the main points to be communicated are given. Decide on the best rhetorical pattern to use. Write your answers on a piece of paper. Purpose: to show the beneficial effects of keeping your surroundings clean. Main points. Number 1. Sweeping away crumbs and leftover food from the floor to prevent cockroaches from coming into your house. Number 2. Keeping the grounds around the house clean and tidy. This makes your house nice to look at from the street. Number 3. Cleaning the whole house to prevent the presence of germs and to avoid sickness. Number 4. Making your house look clean and tidy to impress the visitors. Purpose: a message about how to become a member of the new Barangay Clubhouse. Main points. Number 1. Reading the guidelines carefully. Number 2. Getting an application form and filling it up. Number 3. Submitting the form and other requirements. Number 4. Paying the membership fee and getting your membership card. Purpose: to complain about the lack of water supply. Main points. Number 1. Water is a necessity, so why don't we have enough of it? Number 2. We pay for it, give it to us. Number 3. It's really hard to do anything without water. You can't even go to work because you cannot take a bath. Number 4. Our children are getting sick because we cannot keep them clean and healthy due to lack of water supply. Check your answers with those in the matching answer key of this lesson when you sign in to your online LMS account. If you have the same answers, you have done a good job. If your answers are different, don't worry. Go over the parts of the lesson that you did not fully understand. You will do better the second time around. Self-quiz. Now it's your turn to plan the main points for your composition. Your purpose is to show that it is not safe to drive when you are drunk. Think about the main points that you wish to write about concerning this topic and its purpose. Write them on a piece of paper. On the basis of what you are going to write about, decide on the best rhetorical pattern to use to get your message across to your reader clearly. Make sure that the purpose is met. Congratulate yourself for doing a good job in making your paragraph, in writing down the main points, and in choosing the best way to organize it. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. Rhetorical patterns are ways to organize information and ideas. The 6 examples of rhetorical patterns are definition, comparison, cause and effect, chronological order, decreasing importance, and developing through examples. Deciding on which pattern to use depends on the purpose of the composition, and it is up to the writer to decide which one would be most effective. That's the end of our lesson on organizing your ideas and information, mga ka-learners. I hope that you enjoyed and gained new insights to help you write down your thoughts more effectively. Kung gusto nyong malinawan pa, huwag mag-atubiling mag-login sa inyong online account. Marami pang matututunan doon. See you on the next episode.